How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, Forsaken Classics. Once again, we're working on Mojo, my F100 Hemi swap. Today's goal is we're trying to get wheels and tires on it and to clean up the body a little bit, get some of this rust calcification or corrosion, whatever you call it, off of here. Stay tuned. Let's get that taken care of. I picked up these wheels off of Facebook Marketplace for $50 for the full set. The tires are shot, so I did order new tires, and we are going to change them over on this machine over here. I'm going to show you how to do that and everything, but let me show you what I got. I've got Police Interceptor wheels from a Crown Victoria. They bolt right on the front of my Crown Vic subframe, and they're the same bolt pattern and everything. Came with the car. I mean, I grafted that from, so I figured what better. And you're thinking, I'm sure you're thinking, but Don, these are steel wheels. They aren't going to look good. Just trust me on this. Put some Baby Moon hubcaps on there. It's going to fit that truck just perfectly. So, with that being said, let's get these dismounted. That's the easy way to deflate a tire. Every time you change a tire, always change the valve stem. It only costs $1. I mean, they're probably like $7 now for the ones with the sensors. If you're putting a $300 tire or whatever it costs on here that's brand new, why would you let something like this make it fail on the side of the road for what little bit it would be? So anyways, I'm going to get all these valve stems cut off, and then we're going to get through the dismounting process. This little guy is perfect for what I do. I usually do like 14s, 15s, 16s, and 17s, talking about the diameter of the tire. Maybe 18s on this, but the disadvantages of this style changer are it's really hard to do low profile tires and anything that is massive. But for today, our 16s that are a decent profile, they should work perfectly. I'll show you guys how to run through this real quick, and then I'm just going to bust them all off, and then we'll get to cleaning them. The first thing we need to do to remove the tire from the wheel is we need to break the bead, which means you're breaking the bead that runs along the rim here away from it so that you can put the bar in and pull it off. To do that, there's a little notch on this machine right here. You line it up with the inner lip here of the wheel. Then you take this, and I'll show you in a sec. Let me get it set up here. Okay, so we have it on there. You take this part right here and put it in between the bead and the wheel itself. There's a little bitty bit of thing you can stick it in. Take your bar, put your bar in, and then press. Takes a little bit of oomph sometimes, like that. Then you just step on it, and it should go. Yep. She is broken away from the bead, so let's flip it over and do it again. This is the back side. Take some pressure, bounce on it a little bit. Ooh, put that pin in. Oh my goodness, that would have been bad. Oh gosh. Okay. If it doesn't want to go, see how it's starting actually here? Let's pick it up and rotate it a little bit. Just work it around until it pops off. You'll feel it go. Working it around. There it went. You heard it pop? So now let's get the bar out of here before I slap myself in the face with it. stay. Now, get up here and break the bead the rest of the way. And it's off. Alright, the bead is broken. So now let's mount the tire onto the machine. This rotates off. Set this to the side. Pick your tire up off of it. Set her up on top. There is a little pin right here. This goes in one of the lug holes. That is the hardest part to line up. Just like that. So get it centered with the center of the post here. Make sure that's good and happy. Slide this over. Put it up against the post. At least I do. It keeps it from rotating once you start this. Now these are 60, 225, 60, 16. So like I said, they're not the lowest profile, but these might not be fun either. But we're going to see. I put tape on it because it protects it a little bit. I don't know if it helps, but it makes me feel better at least. So, if I remember correctly, take this tool, oh, it's this side, the flat side, jam that in there between the bead and the wheel, push down on this side so that the bead goes into the wheel barrel itself, and then you just take this and rotate it. It's a pain. It's just a pain. Alright, let me get another bar so that we get it started. It's like 98% humidity here, so bear with me. Well, I found a screwdriver off to the side here. Still going? Okay, yeah. So let's see if we can help it along. Grab some soap too. Soap to lube it up. That helps too. Grab the dish soap from the kitchen. 25% off. Shit. Put it a lot in your palm of your hand and just start rubbing it along all over the bead. They're nice soaped up. It makes it a little bit easier to slip it on by. Just keep going around. Bring it around town. And then this and this and this. And let's see if it helps. A little bit. Not the easiest machine to use, but you can see it's starting to work. Make sure this is pushed into the barrel. Might have to hit her with a hammer or something. Oh look, a hammer or something. I freed it up, I think. Let's see. Oh yeah! Look at that. That is how she's done. Now we got the bead broke. We just pop her off like that. And now we gotta go in here and do it again. Like this is what the hook side is for. Maybe. Let's see. Nah. I think that's for putting it on. I don't know. I only used this machine once. This morning Econoline I sold a while back. Before I was doing YouTube. Here we go. Oh yeah. It's going a lot easier off the bottom side. Yeah, maybe a little soap. There we go. That might help. Should use a paintbrush probably. Make it a little easier. Alright, well I'll go that way. Go this way. Try pulling. There we go. Whew. just a little hard. There we go. There's one. All right. Now you saw one, I'm gonna go knock the other three out real quick. I'll probably be a little bit more drenched. Okay. This was the last tire. I found some tricks that I want to share with you. First off, once you break the bead, take your soap and a rag and rub it all along in there. Get it all soaped up nice and good. I should have remembered that from when I was a tire tech starting out, but that was like 10 years ago or so. So, you know, it's one of those things that you just relearn. Anyways, just regular Dawn dish soap works. And also, I wanted to bring you in and show you this real quick that I found. You see this line right here all around the tire? This tells me that whoever used this tire on a vehicle last ran the tire flat, which means basically when they're going down the road, it was pressing together at that seam and it was just rubbing really hard. That's why you always check your tire pressure. And also another indication is these little beads in the bottom right here. This is the inside of your tire wall in here from running flat. Now that we have all the tires off of it, I'm going to go ahead and pull all the wheel weights off and the rest of the valve stem, because I just cut them. I got to do the inside yet. To pull the wheel weights, they make a special hammer that for hammering them on and taking them off. I just grab a pair of wire cutters or tights. Just grab her on the edge if you can. And just yank it off. It's that simple. I'm going to save these actually because I bought a bubble balancer too, so I might be able to use some of these. I do have a box of weights coming too, but when that tool comes in, you'll see me balance these tires. Now, you might also be thinking, Don, why don't you just take these to the store and get them mounted and balanced for 20 bucks a piece? Well, if you do that twice, it pays for the machines. The third time is just on your labor then. That's what I figure anyways. To each their own. But let me get these wheel weights knocked off and all the valve stems cut out. You literally could just take the wire cutters on the back side of the valve stem right here and get under there and pop it right off. Pop it right off. Pop it right off. Just like that. Grab it, yank it out. We're gonna go to a time lapse. Enjoy the music. Now that all the wheels are stripped of their wheel weights, all the valve stems are out of them, and all the tires are off of them, I'm gonna grab the light duty pressure washing equipment, electric, you know, we're not trying to strip paint. But I think when I wash everything, I'm gonna do it in a time lapse. You know, I'm sure you all would love to sit here for an hour listening to me listening to Def Leppard's Pour Some Sugar on Me while I'm sitting here washing this like, ah, yes. Anyways, I'm sure you would love to see that, but I cannot afford the rights to Def Leppard's Pour Some Sugar on Me. So here is some music that I can afford under a time lapse. I did half of the truck, as you can see. I mean, it's obvious. All I could think is, wow, holy cow, that really brought out the color. I mean, you see how dark it is on this side. And then wrap around to the back. Oops, sorry guys. I didn't do the back yet. I don't know if I'm going to. That's gonna be tricky how flaky she is. I mean, it's solid. There's no holes in there or anything, but anyways. Oh yeah, like my taillights I made there. Anyways, but this is what the other side looked like before. Just wow, major difference. So with that being said, I'm going to knock out the other side and then we'll do a full reveal if I could talk. Well folks, now that I'm a little bit dirtier and totally soaked to the bone, here it is. All her glory. Got her all looking nice blue. And actually, surprisingly, a lot came off of the tailgate to make it look a little better. I think I'm still gonna have to strip it down, but hey, better than nothing. I don't think what I'm trying to say is, I don't think it was a bad idea to spend $1.75 and about probably 30 gallons of water to do this. So I might actually do it again and clear coat it. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna get cleaned up, go work on my Mustang. I'm changing some engine mounts on that. That video probably came out before this one, because like I said, I'm still waiting on parts. But the video's not over. Stay put. If you want, I really appreciate it if you do, just watch to the end. But we are going to clean these wheels up and then mount and balance new tires on them and get them on this. And we'll see how she looks, drives, and everything. So stay tuned, please. Alright, so it's been a few days since I did a patina wash. Still looks great. I'm going to explain something that I found between last time you saw me and now on the rims that the wheels, yes, wheels that we power washed. Be right back. This one here, I don't know if you could tell, but it looks like that they ran it on loose lug nuts, so it kind of wallered out. So this one, trash. So I found these that actually came with Crown Vic subframe, but the sun's starting to come out a little bit. You know what to say, sun's out, guns out. Anyways, what I'm planning on doing now is rolling up my sleeves and I'm gonna wipe these down with some denatured alcohol, let them sit there and dry for a minute. Well, before that, I need to clean this up. The bead here has a little corrosion on it. I don't know if you could tell which one here, but one of these had slime in it, and is a perfect example why tire slime is a temporary use item. It's not meant to be a permanent solution. But now my sleeves are rolled up. Let me grab some of that denatured alcohol, start wiping these down, getting it cleaned up. So I'll be right back once I got all that stuff. This is my setup for how I am going to clean the bead on these. Usually use a pneumatic die grinder, but 2 reasons I decided to put it on a drill. 1, I don't have the biggest compressor right now, and that compressor will be running constantly and be screaming. And 2, this is a little bit quieter, and this is something that everybody that works on stuff should have at home. You should have a drill or some kind of brush to put on the end of it, or abrasive material to go around and just clean it up. You're going to see me zip around here real quick with this, get it all cleaned up, and then we're going to wipe her down with some acetone, actually, I found. I know it's a little aggressive, but I mean, I'm not going for Pebble Beach. I'm going for it'll last a little bit until I can afford better wheels. So let's get to it. Now I got her wiped out with acetone. Like I said, we're not going for Pebble Beach, we're going for functionality. Now, you do not want to touch these after you wipe, because the oil in your skin will actually make the paint blister up. So, what I'm going to do is do a light coat on the faces and the barrels, let it sit for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to come back again and spray them again. Now we got the first coat on these. Let's let them sit for 10 minutes. I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be right back. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes. I got a drink of water and all that. So let's put the heavier coat on this and see how they turn out. They already look pretty decent. So we'll see. Done. I'm just kidding. It's been a couple hours, but hey, we're back. In the meantime, I painted the rest of the wheels. I even did the spare off the side there, but mixing up some witch's brew here. Nah, it's just soap and water. That's what I use to put the tires on the rim so I don't break the bead and ruin them. But the reason I brought it here is I want to show you how I see valve stems. Now, I know they do make a tool for it, but let's take a little bit of, I don't know, 25, 75, 75% water. Soap. Take your valve stem, stick it up through the hole in the bottom. Grab it with your wire cutters, but don't squeeze too hard. I know they make a tool for this, but this is how I do them. I'll always stone them. Chip the paint. Oh well, we'll touch it up. Don't feel bad. Anyways, like I said, we're not going for Pebble Beach. We're going for get us down the road safely. So, just wiggle her around until she pops through all the way. These are really hard because they're recessed in. Once again, Ford engineering. You can tell I love Ford, huh? No, I don't like any modern cars really. So, anyways, once it's seated all the way, we're going to take them over to the tire machine, lube up the tires, and slap them on. We're going to start with the spare because it's going to be the hardest one to get on because it's a low profile tire that I had laying around. It's only about a year old. Hey, little tip here. Watch your discount section at your local tire centers. They'll discount their tires that are getting close to going bad. Like they can't sell them if they've been on the shelf for X amount of time. So they'll discount them deeply. I picked up this tire, I think, for like 10 bucks that I'm going to slap on here. So, I mean, you can't beat that. A brand new tire. Got our tire that has a little water in it from sitting. Gonna wring that out. Come on. Get her out, dried out. Good enough. Alright, let me go get my witch's brew. There, let's take the soapy water, rub her on the bead. Get her all nice and lubed up. Do the same on the tire. These have been drying for hours, so fine. Let's see if we can push this one on. Yep. Perfect. That makes me a little bit more relaxed. Lube this side up. Don't be afraid of it. Put as much on as you think you need. Put more than what you think you need on it. Alright. This has been sitting out overnight, so it has all kinds of sand and stuff on it. That's good for it. Builds character. Alright. Now, put it on one edge. And I think you do it like this. Or is it like, oh yeah, it's beveled this way. So you take this, run around the edge. Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies. That's dark, that's dark. It's a very dark child song. If you actually know it. What it means. You know, bubonic plague and stuff like that. This ain't the easiest tool to use. Come on now. Am I even using it right? Maybe not. Just keeps on the twist on me. Nice shot. There we go. A little patience. Get back in there. Don't you dare. Using this right? I don't think so. This side's beveled too. I've slept since I used this, so, you know. I must forget. It might be the low profile thing too that's hurting me. I don't know. I'll be back once I get this thing on. There we go. Didn't even scratch it that bad. Cool. Alright, set her up. Move on to the next one. And listen for the pop. Come on. Now you want to. Pop, pop. Here it goes. Yeah. And we just aired up the pressure. And this one's going in the bed of the truck. Okie doke. Got this one mounted. I'm gonna go knock the rest of them out. If I have any trouble and need to use a little fire to get these seated, I'll bring you in and we'll show you how to do that. Well, no, we will not show you how to do that. I will show you how I do it, but you should not. I can't get this one to seat. I've been fighting it for about 10 minutes or so now. So, do not try this at home. This is the third time we've said it. Do not try this at home. So, I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. I'm just going to do it. Not a tutorial, entertainment purposes only. So now, all we have to do is add air before it sinks again. Not a tutorial. Listen for the last pop on the last tire. Make sure my fingers are clear. Woo! Alright, let's air her up. Then we're going to break out our brand new bubble balancer actually and see how well it does. You know, 100-year-old technology and all. Let's see. I guess you put her on here. Oh yeah. Look at that. I'll bring you in here. There's a little level indicator in there, so if I add, you're trying to get it as center as possible, so we'll reset it. Let it go where it wants to sit. Focus. Okay, that's pretty close actually. It looks like we need just a crotch hair of weight over there. Let me do it again. Yep, looks like a 1/4 of an ounce over here should do it. So let me put a 1/4 ounce on there and see. Okay, so we got a 1/4 ounce showing right there maybe. Let's do it again, see? Good golly, maybe more. This thing's pretty accurate actually. A little more. Wow, 3/4 of an ounce? That looks pretty good actually. Let's do it again. Looks pretty good. Let me spin her. We'll do it that way. Stop it. Stop it. Looks pretty good to me. I'm going to put the weights on the inside though. Well, I got the one balanced. I think I'm going to call it a night actually, because I have to go pick up a car. 2 cars actually. One with a title. So I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be wearing something different and it'll be morning. So take care. Good morning everyone. It's the next day. It's a little bit colder. Actually I had to put a sweatshirt on today. And I had some coffee. Actually, this is my buddy's coffee cup. He left it here when we painted one of my cars. I wonder if his wife's missing it. Hey, you should come get this, buddy. Anyways, let me put that back where it was, nice and safe. And I bounced the tires last night, did the rest of them, that way I could just knock them out. So let's get Mojo pulled up here and get the front jacked up and we'll swap out the front tires. I'll be right back. Now, as you can see, we have the new wheel on. It looks great. Ooh, I gotta spray paint that side. You know, a rattle can, 20 feet view kind of deal. Looks good for 20 feet. That's what we're going for. I mean, look at the rest of the truck, so. Anyways, I'll get the rest of them on, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Should we do a final burnout on these wheels? I think so. Sorry guys. Anyways, alright, let's get these off.
Hey guys, why is my bed smoking?
Between you and me, the work we put in on this truck made it look so much better. That's pretty much it for this episode of Forsaken Classics. If you want to see me work on this even further, you know, maybe put some shine juice on it, maybe a little Forsaken Classics logo there, huh? Subscribe, like this video, and comment. It all helps me out immensely, and I do appreciate it so much. It brings me so much joy when I wake up in the morning. I got new comments and a lot more views. It makes my day first thing in the morning. And as promised, since you stuck around to the very end, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek at an upcoming project here. Right over here, I just picked this little guy up. It's a 1980 Triumph Spitfire. A couple of local guys I talked to had it, and they sold it to me. My goal with this one is to restore it the absolute best that I can and get it running back on the road again. So like I said, if you want to see that get worked on, restored, all of that, please subscribe. It means the world to me. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.